Hi there, Scarlett here from the Clay and Press. I thought we would go over silk screens, how to use them, some tips, and how to clean them so that you can just keep using them forever and ever. First of all, let's talk about what you'll need. Obviously, you're going to need your clay. Got a nice flat slab here. I use Liquitex Basics pretty exclusively because it is a nice thick consistency. It is almost like toothpaste, so it's not going to run under the mesh in the screen, and everything is going to come out really crisp. The other really important thing that you'll need is a vat of water. You want this right next to your workspace, not on the counter behind you, nowhere, just right next to you. And some kind of squeegee. We include these in our orders. It's just a plastic card, but I've also got this silicone squeegee. I made it really high-tech by cutting it off. So not all silk screens are going to be made the same way. Ours are kind of thin. Others you'll notice that they're colorful, like blue or orange or pink. Some of them come with a backing on them that you have to peel off, and then the screen will be sticky. But pretty universally, and certainly with ours, you're always going to want to put the very smooth side of your screen down on your clay. And when you lay it down, you just want to just barely push it down. I really don't advise that you take your roller and roll it down, because if you do it too hard, you're going to do it so hard that the clay actually squishes up into the mesh and it will clog your screen, and it just won't look very good. Just going to go ahead and put some paint on the top here. And as you're smoothing the paint over your screen, you want to kind of push down and pull, or in this case, push. I usually go up, down, and side to side. I am not sure that that's completely necessary, but it's also pretty satisfying. So, you know, why not? Try to get it nice and smooth, because when you lift it up, you want the pattern to be nice and even. Oh, see, I just messed it up. Okay, just gonna dump my little squeegee in the water and lift my silk screen. And it is super important that you pick your screen up and it goes directly into the water, and not just floating on the top. You have to get it under the water. And you can see when you push it through the water that the pattern in the mesh clears, but I still want to get it all the way under there. And you can let it stay there for a long time and the paint shouldn't dry. So as long as you've got your screen in there submerged in water, you can keep doing whatever you're doing at your desk, at your workspace. You don't necessarily have to worry about getting it cleaned in the sink right away. But once you do take it to the sink, I just lay it flat in the bottom of my sink and just use the faucet to just spray it, and the paint comes right up, right out of the screen. You will be amazed at how quickly paint will dry on a silk screen. Even just walking it from one side of a room to the other, it will start to dry on the edges. So get it right into water very quickly. So I'm out in Hawaii and it's really warm out here, and my paint is dry on my clay within, I would say, 2 minutes. I can cut into it now, but you do want to wait until it's dry, otherwise you're just going to get paint on your cutters. Something to mention about the paint: if it doesn't dry quickly, I would say within 10 to 15 minutes, it might just not be a very good match for your clay. Not all acrylic paints are going to work with all different brands of acrylic, of polymer clay. And some paints will work with one brand and not another. So I know that Liquitex Basics works with Sculpey clays and Cernet clays. I have not tried it with Frimo or Kato. If you leave it for 24 hours, I'd say, it will get sticky again. But when you bake it, it's no longer sticky. So that's something to be mindful of. After you wash your screen, just pat it dry in a towel and just give it a few more minutes to air dry fully. You do not want to use your screen again while it's wet. It will just make your print look very runny. If you are using colors like black, especially reds, dark colors, your screen is probably going to stain, especially over time as you use it multiple times. That's okay. Staining is to be expected. You just want to make sure that you always get the paint out of the pattern itself. So number one, use a nice medium to heavy bodied paint that is compatible with the brand of clay that you're using. Number two, make sure you get that paint down nice and smooth and even. And number three, when you pull your screen off this clay slab, get it right into some water so that you can use your screen over and over and over. I think that's it. Please let me know if you have any questions.